So, Dr. Stone, episode 15. The cure-all drug has been made, and luckily the illness that our poor priestess had was something that could be cured by this drug and wasn't going to speed up the process and potentially kill her sooner rather than later. And this might be my favorite episode right now. I mean, the comedy was top-notch. There was unexpected twists and turns both with the battle and just who ultimately became the winner, and even just the name of the village, and turning out that it's named after someone within Senku's family. And it means, okay, someone from his family survived the petrification, and that is kind of insane for the future of this story. Like, this episode was incredible. The battle, I have to say, I was like, okay, where is this gonna go? Is it still gonna be the forfeit? We got three characters who, you know, in theory, all of them could win and it would be fine. But we know someone like Chrome would be best suited because there is some romantic tension between them. But then, you'll marry anyone, huh? Because you can't read between the lines, Ginro. The villainous aura and just the tongue waving, this man had to be put down. And I'm so glad they went with such a cheap but perfect route of incorporating sort of science into a nutcracker joke, and that has to be just, it's so childish, but I kind of love it. Taking the science helmet with, you know, enhanced vision and just using it to propel one of your little sticks that you're kind of hitting each other with to crack his nuts, and that's how you got out of that situation. Like, that was simply incredible, especially seen by just the reactions of everyone in the village agrees, this man can never be chief because we cannot follow this guy. He's gonna completely let it go to his head. I just love that situation so much. And once I saw that they were going the direction of it wasn't just gonna be the forfeit, it was pretty clear that Senku was going to win. And I figured it was going to be by default because seen by the beating that our poor boy has taken, it's like, how is he going to get up? And would they be able to actually justify it in a realistic way? Or would it be like, oh, you forfeited, that doesn't count, let's redo the whole thing? Because knowing the father and just, well, he doesn't have any connection to this magical man, it's clear why he would be very cautious of how this would play out. So it was actually pretty interesting to not only see that Senku won, but how he immediately gets divorced, because everything that's happening in this is like, it's too much. Like, he doesn't care. Like, the only reason this was happening was simply for the alcohol, and if you're gonna make me go party with you because I'm your new leader, I'm just gonna get a divorce. Like, this is why I love this man so much. He is so bound and determined to do what he wants, and it's for a good cause, but he doesn't care if he looks like a villain, if he looks twisted and warped in the eyes of anyone. He just gotta go grab that alcohol. They probably think he's going to party after what he just did, but it was actually to make the cure-all drug. Like, that was just simply fantastic. The direction was on point, the comedy was on point, and it was honestly unexpected for the short time that we had left with this battle, and I thought it was very satisfying overall, especially seen by all the intense moments previously. It was just nice to come into this episode and just have a laugh at the end of such an intense battle. When we got into that whole, like, finishing up the cure-all drug, that was really rewarding, I have to say. 6 months to basically make this one little pill that can help most common illnesses, something that isn't super severe. And obviously, if you don't have modern medicines, like ammonia and things like that, could easily kill you. It can easily kill you in the current day and age, but with modern medicine, it's a lot easier to handle. So the idea that she's been surviving all this time thanks to just being kept indoors, kept warm, thanks to her sister bringing those hot water and things like that, it actually is really inspiring that she lived as long as she did. And to just see all the technological advancements, pouring everything in, there's some, you know, they mess up from time to time, and then you get all these new contraptions, and just the old man being like, hey, are you really gonna leave an old man to watch this by himself? And of course, again, being like, yeah, I'm not gonna, oh god, he is buff as shit, of course I'm gonna stay by your side. Like, they still incorporated the comedy as they were building this, and it still felt like there was tension, because this easily could have failed. Either they got it wrong, they gave her poison, or it just wasn't going to be good enough, or her illness would be too far along. I know a lot of people are gonna say it was guaranteed that she was going to be cured, but I personally didn't think so. I thought it was probably like a 70-30 split, that 70% likely she would survive, but there was, in my mind, 30% chance she wouldn't, and it would be something dramatic. I think the show can go very dramatic if it needs to, so I was going to be interested in the direction they took it. And just that entire sequence of building up, and then you get our boy being like, oh my god, he's making me cola, and then no, he's making a pill. But of course, it's Senku. He's gonna still make him that bottle of cola. He's a man of his word. So it was nice to see that he did get that and how he ultimately created such a beautiful tasting drink in the Stone Age. But it was fantastic to see it all build up. You give her the powder, but it doesn't work, or at least it doesn't appear to. That's where like my heart truly sank. Probably the first time this show my heart sank, I was like, where is this going? Because I don't know that much about medicine. Like, I know what medicine can do, but I don't know the effects of it and what to expect. So her reacting in the way she did, was it an allergic reaction? Did they give her something that would actually kill her? Was it just not compatible? Like, there's so many ways they could take it, but that just response from Senkyu and the others, and how happy he is, but he seems not so happy at first, because that means the drug's working. It's fighting back harder and harder the bacteria, and that was so rewarding, especially seeing her be able to leave outside and actually be just embracing the sun, running. It's just like, this is what these 15 episodes have been building up to. Even before we knew this village existed, the technological advancements in what Senkyu was doing all along led up to this moment. This is honestly the most modern thing that they've made. They've invented electricity, they've done a lot of crazy things, but the fact that this little drug that just saved a dying girl's life was invented, it really shows you that the future is currently here. They just need to gather more materials, gather more, well, now he has the manpower, spread his knowledge, learn about how this village came to be, and he can really do some amazing things now. Obviously, there's still the threat of Tsukasa, of course, we can't forget that. But in terms of this village, like, he's the new chief, and he didn't even have to get remarried to be so, because he saved the previous head leader's daughter, like someone who was destined to die. There's no reason at this point no one shouldn't trust him. Like, they were kind of humming and hawing who to follow originally, but after this, he has to be leader. Like, you can still get the Chrome romance in the future, because now he's not going to be bound and determined to basically like, okay, I gotta fight for the honor. Like, this is how it is. Like, they are divorced. Like, it's, I guess just a wordplay is enough for to get married and divorced in this world. And it's kind of fantastic to see what this episode built up to, and just how inspiring it was when you look back from the flashbacks and things like that, how she would carry hot water to her sister, but instead, now she's carrying the powder that would save her life. All along, she was carrying her something that was keeping her alive, even if it appeared like it wasn't doing anything, was keeping her warm and keeping her body being able to survive for as long as it did, and now she can actually deliver what needs to happen, and the family can actually be repaired after everything that's transpired. Like, it just feels like the character writing in this episode, and just the season overall with the 15 episodes we have seen, is utterly fantastic. It actually feels inspiring, rewarding. We have our heart sinks when things look like they're taking a turn for the worse, and that's how you know Dr. Stone is doing something exceptional. This world lends itself to bring any sort of personality to life in a fantastic way, because you have Stone Age-like mentalities and then the modern mentality bringing science to them, so they can all evolve and just develop in fascinating ways. But to have these stakes where you can laugh at nutcracker jokes, to then, oh my god, look at the technology they're advancing in modern medicine, oh my god, she's dying, to then she's not dying. It just feels to me as if Dr. Stone has this formula that you could watch at least 100 episodes of and probably not get bored, because you can have like village on village action and just war. You can have technology, or you can have comedy, action, like whatever this show wanted to do, it would be interesting. And I really appreciate the fact that it actually takes time to do things. Of course, we didn't watch this show for 6 months to get to this point. It was only a few months for us. But for these characters in their world, it took them a long time to build medicine. Even if he has the formula memorized, even if he knows where everything is, it should naturally take him time to build this. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it's not one of those shows where every episode something new is built, and it just is like, okay, I guess he could technically do this, but really, should he? This show aims to be fun and serious and comedic, but it also understands that it should naturally take time for things to happen. And the fact that they have this interesting pacing of letting things take time to happen, but even if it is going to take 6 months in their time, they'll build other things in the process to keep us engaged while they build that cure-all drug. It just feels like this pacing, the time frame, and how things come to be, it's really, really solid. And I just appreciate how memorable Dr. Stone actually is. It's been one of the most memorable anime of 2019. Even if it's not someone's favorite anime of 2019, it's the show everyone who's been watching it has been excited to continue to watch week by week. It's something that everyone's excited to see more Stone Age technological advancements with ridiculous comedy, ridiculous personalities, and just genuine relationships being formed. A simple bottle of cola being made, in the grand scheme of this episode, is basic and it doesn't really matter. But it does matter. Even though the cure-all drug was the most important thing, there naturally would be downtime as they wait for things to happen, and the fact that Senkyu went the mile to actually build him that little bottle of cola, it just shows that he does care about the people close to him. Those who prove their worth to him, prove their loyalty, and prove their friendship are going to be on his good side, and that means simple drinks and food that they want, he can make if he has the materials to do so. That's why this show is fantastic. The connections feel so genuine even though they are so ridiculous in absolute anime in the best possible sense. The show is just simply phenomenal, and I just leave every week just grinning and excited to see more of this brilliant world and where it could ultimately go in the future. I can't wait to see where the truth of this village is going to go, when we get to see some of our other characters and what they've been up to in the other village. Like, this series has a long ways to go with its second core, and obviously I think this will get at least a second season. I think this is doing quite well in all departments, so I definitely think we'll continue to see more of this anime in the future, and at least we have it continuing in the fall season. This was a great episode, and to be able to make my heart sink, race, and just feel inspired all in the same episode while I'm laughing at nutcracker jokes, it kind of says that Dr. Stone might have just had his best episode. At least that's how I'm feeling. But, as always, what did you feel? Did you love it? Did you hate your favorite moment? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and also hit that subscribe button if you have been new. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.